welcome to SIVAM once again. How are you all? Hopefully you guys are doing very well. So today, in today's episode, we're going to look at the lady Ganges, which Lord Shiva been wearing on his head, in his jada mudi, right, or in his bun. So the story goes like this. Ganges has also been said a lot in Devaram, you know. So this story is very essential for you all to know, because whenever you yourself start reading Devaram on your own, when you come across this word Gange, so you can relate that to this philosophy or this story, right? So the story goes like this, very simple. There was a sage. He was a sort of honorable sage. So what he does is he grows a nice garden for his prayers, of flower as offering to God. So what happens, he has this very unique thought where he wants the supreme Ganges from from Kailash, outer world, right, from Kailash, to come and water his garden so that his flower will be holistic. That was his idea. So he pleads God, with mercy, please give me, please send Ganges to earth. He asked God, and then Shiva Brahman feels like, why not, right? It's not a big deal. And then he looks at Ganges and say, girl, come here, can you just go to earth and water his garden? He wants you there. He says that, the Supreme Being says that, and then Ganges feels so furious and degraded. She feels like, oh my God, I'm a lady in Kailash, which is not even earth, and you're asking me to go to earth, which is so lower in grade. She feels like that, aiming for the world, and she comes really fast. The first thing is, maybe even the ocean here can create tsunami. Definitely Ganges is much more capable and powerful, so she comes really fast. Another thing is that emotion, that the thought of was wrong. That is, she thinks that she's so great, right? God is the only great thing. We are not great. We are always small, right? So she has this ignorance in her where she feels very egoic and she comes very fast. God sees her and goes like, that's not good. So what he does is he loosens up his dreadlocks. Usually you can see in Nadarajar statue where they have the dreadlocks of God going like this, like a spider web right behind his head. So she goes into the dreadlock and she couldn't find a way out, and she gets stuck and confused in there. And then God just ties his hand to a bun, and he just leaves a small gap for her to come and reach earth very slowly, politely, calmly, and water the garden. That's the story. But what it tells you is basically God's dreadlocks are the wisdom, the ultimate wisdom. So the spiritual awakening. So what happens when she goes into it, she gets enlightened. That is the, what do you say? That is the fact there. It's not really like God did not wash his hair and he has such a dirty dreadlocks and come on, what is it? Amazon woods that she can't even come out? Not like that. The story is not like that. It simply depicts it symbolizes God's character, right? So that's God's wisdom, and she gets enlightened and she self-realizes that, oh my God, who am I opposing? Who am I to think I am so great? Actually, it's the Supreme Being who's directing me to go to the earth. So I should follow. And as who I am, a soul, that's how Bhagiradan is also. He's a sage, a honorable sage. So why this inequality, right? She self-realizes. That is the story here. So definitely the story ends there. However, we have moral of the story. The moral of the story is very simple. That is, you can't think so great about yourself, because everybody else is also equal to you. So what we learn from this story is, the first thing is, we must learn to learn to be equal to everybody. No matter something like, I am the mother-in-law, totally monster-in-law. Some people feel like, I have a PhD. Who are you, huh? Like, who are you, huh? What's your educational level for you to even talk to me? Some people feel like that. There's some other examples. Some people think like they are the greatest chef in the planet of Earth. Somebody else cooks, they just taste it and like, ew, it just tastes like trash. People can be so brutal. All this is basically because of our self-ego. Ego is the only thing driving you to be cruel to others. A very simple example I would want to share is, look at if you are out with your friends or somebody or your family, try go to a restaurant and see how they behave with the waiter. That shows their ego. Typical ego portrayal. Some are nice, leave them. You can see some people be so inhuman to that people, the waiter. We should realize that the waiter is actually just helping us out to pick good food and to be served on our table. But some people think like just because they are going to the restaurant to eat, they are the don or they are the ruler of the universe sort. They just talk to the waiter so badly. They will be like, hey, wah, ha, like that. Very rude. There you can see somebody's ego. If you are doing it, if you feel like a waiter should never look at you, mistake is ours. Take it. That's bad. So we learned that we have to love everybody equally. Your family. You can see another example. It's a very fun example that I want to share. You can see two kids running around the temple. You will be like, why are they like monkeys? Bad parenting. But if someone comes to your house and your kid is running on top of the sofa and you feel like, oh, that's my cute little kid, that is inequality that we should eliminate from ourselves. So learn that. Then we also can see how a wise people, the people who are enlightened with no ignorance or no ego would behave. They would definitely offer help wherever needed. They don't care who you are, what's your designation, what you're going to do. In return, they'll just help. I would definitely want to give you an example. I bet all of you know Tiruvannamalai, which is located in India. It is a hill as well, where we believe the hill itself is Lord Shiva. Many of us go there for Kartigai Deepam and stuff during the Kartigai month. There is this sitar. There's always sitar around that hill. Many people, whoever, the living beings here who have gone there, they would have witnessed, some of them have come across a lot of sittars. So there is this sittar called Mukupudi sittar. Now he's very famous. Sometimes he even comes in the TV. Some people manage to film him. So this person, he's a sittar, he's a siddha. He helps many of others, many people, whoever needs help, he helps. In return, many of the public bring a lot of cash to give him, offer him in order to thank him. But it seems like he is not taking any of the cash or money or no materialistic things that he is actually taking back, because that's what really spiritually enlightened people do. They don't want anything materialistic. Even there's some people even quoted that, have recorded that he doesn't even like to wear clothes. He has the minimal thing to take from the world and he gives maximum. He maxes out in giving out to people who are in need. So that's how SIVAM quotes the wisely people. The wise people will be like that. Not holding grudge, not holding ego into us and think people in inequality and think we are so great. So that's what we learned from this in this story. In order for us to get enlightened, what we should do is only knowing the Supreme Being. Always think that the Supreme Being is much bigger to us, and the God will give us the godly wisdom. When we are enlightened, all these things will fall in place. Hope you guys enjoyed this time's video. I'll see you next time. Take care guys and bye bye. மேன்மைக்குள் செய்வனி திவலங்குக உலகமெல்லாம் இன்பமே என்னாலும் துன்பமில்லை. Take care.